Hello everyone, this is Olga Media from You to You. As you know, Olga Media supports technology, culture and people. We are in San Francisco in the middle of the biggest storm in California. 16 years ago it was another biggest storm. I came all the way from San Jose to UP conference in 2014 here, and I met Leo. Hi Leo, how are you?
Hi Olga, how are you?
How's the weather for you? I'm good.
Well, we're here at the UP conference in San Francisco. As you said, the weather is, to say the least, inclement weather. And we're in this auspicious setting here because our power has gone out in the conference. This might come to be known or billed as the most romantic cloud conference ever. The organizers have, in an innovative way, put candles on all the tables in absence of the power. So interesting times, interesting situation.
Yeah, romantic and technology.
Yes,
That's about time that it start working for everyone, despite any weather conditions.
Right. I'm actually here, I'm representing Simularity. I'm the Vice President of Business Development with Simularity. And we're a North Bay, here in the Silicon Valley based startup that does predictive and advanced analytics, data analytics that scale.
So what kind of data we're talking about?
Yeah, so we can ingest data from just about any source with loaders that we have from SQL, NoSQL, Oracle, SAP, HDFS, etc. We're here at the Cloud Conference. Our solution runs in the cloud. We also have an on-premises version, and we're working with companies that have infrastructure that power the cloud, because we can do, we have a time series predictive archetypes that can do predictive analytics on time series data. We're able to help data centers and data warehouses predict outages and anomalies and errors and reduce their downtime.
So how old is your company?
We've been around since 2011, and we've actually had our product in production for Libris, which is one of the largest online book sellers, as a recommendation engine. It's been in production for about 3 years without a single hiccup whatsoever. So.
Wow. And how big is your company?
Right now we're about under 15 people, startup, and but we are working with some of the Fortune 100 companies already.
So you're surviving because of the 100 Fortune companies? Are they paying customers?
We do have paying customers, and we have a very unique solution. It's a very, very lightweight solution that runs on commodity Linux servers, and we're able to do analytics on streaming data, structured and unstructured data.
Great. So what brought you to UP conference?
As I said, our solution does run in the cloud, as well as we have an on-premises solution. And we're working with companies that put together huge data warehouses and data centers. We have clients in that arena, and we're helping them do predictive maintenance on that. So that's why I came here and braved the flash floods to get here today.
Great. So, is it your first time at the UP conference?
This is my first time here, yeah.
And being in cloud and predictive analytics and big data, what's the biggest challenges you have?
I think really, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but we're working with some of the largest telcos in the world.
Right.
We're also doing some clinical analysis with hospitals and research institutions doing genomics, etc. And we're working with data warehouse, data centers, and folks that put together that infrastructure. In terms of challenges, it is helping folks understand the power of analytics and predictive analytics. Everyone feels like they need to have a big data solution, but they have not yet really exploited that yet. So there's some education involved in showing them the incredible insights they can get in doing analytics by combining a whole bunch of different disparate data sources and getting insights from that they normally wouldn't have from looking at just one source.
Well, being in the community and, of course, working with the community, for the community, we always have concerns about privacy of our data, personal data. Do you work with that type of data, personal data of
We do.
customers?
As I've mentioned, we worked with some of the largest medical institutions in the country, and oftentimes we completely de-identify the data when we're working with it. And actually, our solution, we as a company never see the data. The client is once we give them the solution, the client is the one that works with the data, and we don't have access to it at all. And if we're working together to do a proof of concept or something like this, we have ways of completely de-identifying the data so that there's no breaches involved.
Do you have any success stories? Perhaps you don't have to name the companies if you don't want to, but why it's so good to choose your solutions?
Yeah, so we're working with one of the largest telcos in Europe right now, and they love us. We've been asked to join their accelerator for startups, and their CTO has actually presented what we're doing with them at one of their conferences. We're also partners with Hitachi Data Systems and several other companies that we're helping them do predictive maintenance with for their data warehouses.
So you were with the company from the beginning as CTO?
I'm the VP of Business Development.
VP,
yes.
yes.
Yeah. So I think I would say I'm the fourth employee.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. So you were there from the start, 2007? No, 2011.
Well, the company was, the genesis of the company was creating a recommendation engine for this Libris, the bookseller, the online bookseller. And Netflix, for example, has a recommendation engine. But they have something like, I think, 20 million inventory items. We had to create a recommendation engine for 150 million inventory items, so a little bit more of a challenge and a problem. So the founders of our company, who were former Intel fellows that architected our solution, actually overbuilt this recommendation engine and built it so well that the genesis of our product came from that, which is a correlation explorer. So we look for correlations and similarity in data. We look at all of your data and tell you what's most interesting in the data.
And that's why your company called Simularity.
Simularity.
Because of similarity of the data.
Precisely.
And so forth. So in the future, do you think it would be very useful for us to use your solutions? And if yes, why?
Absolutely. The main reason is we give you the aha moment in exploring your data. And one of the things that's really nice is we're working with data scientists, but a lot of companies have teams of data scientists that frankly are very, very hard to find data scientists. So we can make insights available to other parts of the company that don't have a statistical background. They cannot write code. We're making the insights in your data available to the business user.
So it's much easier, so you can be on the go, analyzing the data you just received and perhaps prepare for the meeting pretty quickly.
Very much so.
And make decision very fast as well.
Yeah, I think we're shocking and surprising and delighting our customers in showing them insights that they never thought about in the past, and that are very, very useful for their businesses.
As you can see that big data was available before, but not in massive available for everyone, and companies and who the company work with and who they work for. And predictive analytics perhaps was before, but not as big as getting more and more attention lately. So is that the new trend?
I think as people start to understand the power of the insights from predictive analytics is growing. And as a result, yes, the answer is yes, it is growing. It's receiving more widespread adoption. As I say, the problem is a data scientist. First of all, can you find a data scientist? They're a very rare breed. And can you hire enough of them? And
Can you afford them?
Can you afford them?
For how long?
And I think Harvard Business School called it the world's sexiest profession in 2014, something like this. But once you have them, we found within our large enterprise customers that we have that the business groups are queued up waiting for these analyses from the data scientists. And the data scientists, no matter how fantastic they are, can only write so many algorithms and run so many queries. With our solution, once the data is ingested into our solution, we actually don't store the data in our solution. We store the relationships in the data. The data gets stored on the customer side. So it's very lightweight because we just have the relationships in the data. Once that's done, it's very, very easy to do faceted and iterative predictive models on that data. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to rewrite a predictive model every time you want to change just a little bit about your query.
So it would be much easier then?
It condenses that process for data scientists and non-data scientists immensely. The time to insight is condensed, and as I think we talked about earlier, time is money, right?
Right. In the older times and present times, some of the companies and CEOs, including VPs, will go with their gut intuition, right? Or with intuition or their own experience and knowledge. And here's predictive analytics.
Yeah, case in point, we're working with a very large e-commerce site, and they have teams and teams of data scientists. And some of the executives that I was speaking with said, for the most part, we're shooting from the hip. Even though we have these data scientists for things like marketing channel optimization and customer lifetime value and these type of things, still largely in that shooting from the hip realm, and we're trying to change that by democratizing the data, getting the data out to the business user and the insights from the data out to the business user.
Great. Well, here's VP of Simularity, and Leo was with us today at UP conference. And then if you would like to our viewers and listeners to say something, what that wish or you whatever saying will be, what would you say to our viewers?
First of all, thank you for having me. Come check us out at www.simularity.com. That's simularity.com. We want to give you insights into your data, and we want you to get them quickly. We want to help you do that, and we'd love to work with you.
Great, and that was Olga Media with Leo from Simularity.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.